Hello, good evening everyone. So today in this session we'll see about a few basics program related to the list. In last session we saw about that some basics theoretical concept of list, but now we will see some basics program of list, like how we can create the empty list. We can start from the empty list. Okay, so first, program one is like we can create an empty list. Okay, so how we can create the empty list? Like we'll create one variable. Okay, list. I'll just give the name like empty. Okay, so here in the last session we told about in a list we can declare within the square bracket, right? So here we created one variable. The variable name is list underscore empty, and that variable is assigned to the empty square bracket, right? So now we'll print that what value it will display, and we'll see the type of that variable. So this list underscore empty is what type, right? So we'll see that here. So type will define what type, and print will give the whatever the content which is available into the list underscore empty variable. So this is the three line of the code. Once we execute it, so we will get the output, right? So see that this print statement will give the empty result because this list is empty, and another print statement will give us the result. List underscore empty is what type. So this is the class of list type, right? So we can say that this is the empty list. Understood? Now we'll go with the second program. So where we define we can create with the dynamic inputs. Like this time user will give the input, so like we can create the list with the dynamic input. Okay, I already created the program and commented that. Just I'll explain it like how we can list underscore two, we have created one variable. Okay, so with this statement we are asking to the users to input some values. Okay, then we are displaying these variables and print type list underscore to that variable. If we execute this program, okay, here you can see that if we enter 1 comma 2 comma 3 in that way, right, we see here carefully, we enter the value 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, so with this statement like enter list, right? So here we can see that enter list. So we are entering the values 1 comma 2 comma 3. So here you can see that we enter this value without inside square bracket. So what it this value will understand, so this value will understand automatically this is a tuple type. You can see that this is a tuple type. That tuple details I will describe in the later on section. See that class is tuple, right? But what our agenda is we need to print the list value, dynamic list value. So what we are getting currently is we are getting dynamic tuple value, right? So we need to change our input. So in my yesterday session like tell you about our list will always inside the square bracket, right? So whenever we give the input value from the user end, we need to give the square bracket, then we need to insert some value, then close the square bracket. Now I have given the value in that way, right? So with this line, so input means it's asking user to enter some values, right? So enter some values 1 comma 2 comma 3. So we are writing this program based on the dynamic list we need to create. So that's the reason we kept inside the square bracket. Once you pass the value inside the square bracket, then click on enter button and you will see the result, what output you are getting, what value is getting stored in list underscore 2. Okay, and what type it is. So we'll see the result here. Just a second. We'll click on enter. We can see that, right? So we are getting values 1, 2, 3. So based on this line number 11, we are getting the output 1 comma 2 comma 3. And this is what type? This is the list type. 1 comma 2 comma 3. This is the class of list type, right? So this is one of the program. Now we can create the list with some function also. We have a list function, inbuilt function, that we can say this is the inbuilt function. Through that inbuilt function we can create our list. So how we can create is we have one variable. Okay, suppose that one variable L is there, and this function we can use it list, then inside parenthesis bracket. So what our agenda, we need to create list which we have values from like 0 to 25, right? And gap of 2 means like this is a range. 0 to 25 is a range. So our what are the user input will give 0 to 20, it will print the result from 0 to 25. And gap of one number, like it will print 0, then 2, then 5. So it is a gapping between the numbers, right? So I'll show you the output, then I will explain, then you can better understand. So range will define the range, means from where to where we need to print it, and 2 will define the gap between these two numbers, right? So once we click on execute, so here you can see that this output you are getting, we are 0 to 25, up to 25. Last number means it will print up to n minus 1. Okay, and 2 here you can define 0, 1 we are skipping 1, right? One value we are skipping. After 2, then 3 we are skipping, right? So based on this, because of this we are skipping this value. If we hit enter 3 here, so it will skip two values. You can say 0, 1 and 2 we are skipping, 3 we are able to print, right? Same way, this is the this will showcase the skipping the digits from the particular range. So this will give the value from where to where we required. And this is what type, this is class of list type. If you want, this is not mandatory always. If you want, if you want to print only range 0 to 25, you put into this way also. And if you execute it, you can see all digits you are getting here, 0 to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and just I skipped that last part. That things also I'll explain in more details in the later on section. Just I'll show you today some basics program of the list, how we can create the list in many ways. There are many ways to create the list. So this is one of the way we can create list with the function also. That function name is list itself. Okay, we'll go into the another program. Now suppose that we have one string, okay, and that uh, string, how we can through the, if we go for the split function, we can split the string. Suppose this is the strings, right? And learning Python is very very easy. Because of that reason, Python is simple and easy to understand. So this is one of the statement, this is one of the features of the Python. Now this comes into the string, and that string is stored in variable s, right? If we split that string, so what output will come, right? So we'll see here, s dot split we are using. S is the name of the string, okay, or we can say that as the variable where our my input string is stored. Then s dot split, once we split the string, we store into the value L, then print L. Okay, and here we can see the uh, type of L. So this is what type, right? If we execute this program, so let's what output we'll get. See here, we'll get give this value. Learning Python is very very easy. Because of that reason, Python is simple. So what we do is we can split this string into a words, right? We split this string into a words, like see that one word, two word, three word, four word, five word, and this word is getting stored into the inside the square bracket. You can see here one square bracket here, open square bracket, and here is the close square bracket. So because of that reason, we can say that what type is this. This is a list type, because it's inserted value is getting stored inside the square bracket, right? So that's it for the today's session. We can saw like how we can create the list, the many ways of creation of list. In later on session we can learn more more about the list. We'll see you in the next session. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.